The last days of the Athenian Empire. The sky over the Athenian capital burned crimson, a mixture of raging fires and the residual glow of ionized particles from the orbital bombardment. The towering spires of the imperial palace, once a proud beacon of the Athenian Empire's unyielding power, now crumbled under the relentless assault of enemy forces. Streets that once echoed with the sound of marching legions now screamed with the chaos of war. In this maelstrom, Lady Amanda stood tall, her crimson cape swirling in the hot winds, her piercing emerald eyes surveying the battlefield from the shattered balcony of the High Command Tower. Lady Amanda, known to her troops as the Iron General, was far more than what she appeared. Beneath her commanding presence and mortal guise lay an immortal truth. She was Lilith, the first witch, a being who had walked the earth for over 100,000 years. Through the ages, she had reinvented herself countless times, hiding her immortality behind different names and faces. In this era, she had become Lady Amanda, the most feared and revered general of the Athenian Empire. Her current predicament was dire. The Pacifica War had dragged on for decades, bleeding the Athenian Empire dry. Now, with the enemy at the gates of the imperial palace, it seemed the end was inevitable. General Hayden had already called for retreat, abandoning the palace and the city. But Amanda, or rather Lilith, had no intention of surrendering. Not today, not ever. "General, the enemy has breached the outer perimeter," barked Colonel Darius, his voice trembling slightly as he saluted. Behind him, the hum of clone troopers, genetically engineered soldiers bred for loyalty and combat, filled the air. Amanda turned to face him, her voice calm but laced with an unyielding authority. "Then we shall retake it. Ready the divisions. The palace will not fall." Colonel Darius hesitated. "With all due respect, General, our forces are outnumbered 10-1. The orbital fleet has been decimated. General Hayden is a coward," Amanda interrupted, her tone icy. "Victory does not come to those who run." She turned her gaze to the battlefield below. The enemy forces, a coalition of rebellious star systems and mercenary armies, swarmed like locusts, their mechs and armored vehicles pressing relentlessly forward. Amanda closed her eyes and reached out with her mind. She felt the fear of her troops, the hatred of the enemy, and something deeper. The void. The abyss. The fire pits of hell that had been her domain long before mankind learned to shape stone into tools. She whispered an incantation in a language long forgotten by mortals, her voice resonating like a haunting melody through the chaos. The air grew heavy, charged with an otherworldly energy. The ground beneath the battlefield cracked and split, glowing fissures spilling forth searing heat. From these fissures emerged monstrous forms, hulking demons with skin like molten rock and eyes that burned with infernal fire. Their roars echoed across the battlefield, shaking the very ground and sending waves of terror through the enemy ranks. "Colonel," Amanda said, her voice calm as she opened her eyes, "order the clone divisions to advance behind the demons. We will break their line." Colonel Darius hesitated only for a moment before snapping a salute. "Yes, General." The demons surged forward, their immense claws and fiery breath cutting through enemy mechs and soldiers with terrifying ease. Behind them, Amanda's clone troopers advanced in perfect formation, their blaster rifles and plasma cannons cutting down any who dared stand in their way. Above, the skies momentarily cleared as the Athenian battleship Pride of Athena executed a daring maneuver, its massive plasma turrets vaporizing enemy starships and fighters in a brilliant display of firepower. The temporary reprieve allowed dropships, carrying reinforcements, to land amidst the chaos. Amanda led the charge herself, her crimson blade glowing with an eerie light as it sliced through armor and flesh alike. Her telekinetic abilities sent enemy soldiers flying like ragdolls, their screams lost in the cacophony of battle. Her telepathic influence sowed confusion and fear among the enemy commanders, turning their coordinated assault into disarray. But she knew this victory would be fleeting. The Athenian Empire was crumbling, its resources depleted, its allies scattered. Even if she reclaimed the palace, the war was lost. Still, she fought, not for the empire, but for the sheer defiance that had defined her eternal existence. As the battle raged, Amanda stood amidst the carnage, her crimson cape now stained with ash and blood. Her demons roared, her troopers pressed forward, and the enemy forces faltered. Yet, in the depths of her immortal soul, she knew the truth. The Pacifica War was ending, and with it, the Athenian Empire. But Amanda, or rather Lilith, would endure. She always did.